Hey, what's going on out there, all my freaks and geeks? We are the Square Round Table, and I am your host, Chad Singleton. Everybody go ahead and introduce yourselves.
D?
I am Josh Singleton.
Marcus.
All right, guys, and today is a very special day. We have a great guest with us. His name is Aaron Lewis. He is a influencer, a YouTuber, a very, 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 very accomplished YouTuber, and a gamer. He also goes by A21 Aaron. And we are so happy to have you with us today, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
no, I really appreciate it. This is actually my first time actually doing any type of collab, I guess you can say, like, on anyone else's channel. I've brought people onto my channel, but I've never, done like any type of collab, interview, podcast, nothing like that before. So, it's awesome to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Be the first to collab with you, man. That's dope.
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, man, definitely. Like, we're out here trying to get like you, man. Your channel is like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely got it, though. That's the thing. You guys definitely got it. I mean, it's so like random. That's the weird thing. It's so random, but you guys definitely have like that, that energy that people are looking for. And especially right now is the time of podcasts,
Seriously.
Yeah, everybody has a podcast.
Yeah, so right now is the time because people are actually listening. There was a time when people were making podcasts, but nobody cared. Nobody wanted to listen to an hour, whatever. Now, everyone seems to have time. Everyone wants to listen to I listen to podcasts. I never used to listen. Yep. So that's how I know right now is the time. So, but yeah, you guys are definitely doing it though. So, it's just a matter of time and getting the tags right and all that stuff to get searched. Search and recommend it. Big thing. But
that's true.
Yeah, it's a matter of time, though. You guys will get there for sure.
Hey, well, we really appreciate it, man. And I wish it, the time that we're in right now, it wasn't like we appreciate like everybody that's been, looking at us and listening to our podcast and even on our radio station. But, it's just like I hate that it has to be, in the predicament that we're in right now. That kind of has to be the reason for it. But yeah, certainly before this, man, like I didn't really get into podcasts until like I got my last job because it was a long ride away from my house. So you take a 45-minute ride, how do you pass that? Listening to a podcast, so yeah. So that's what really got me into it. And even before then, me and Marcus, when we used to work at Kroger, I'd have to stand behind a wall washing dishes for hours. So I'd listen to a podcast.
Yep. That's funny.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what kind of got me into it. So, but yeah, definitely more so now since everybody's quarantined and inside and, not really going out anywhere. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, there ain't nothing else to do. So, yeah.
Exactly. Listen to somebody talk for 3 hours.
Get your food and sit down and have the little screen up and start eating while you're watching somebody else talk about something for an hour and a half.
Exactly. But it's always good to hear other perspectives, other conversations. Because I may think a certain way on a certain topic. It could be something that no one would even talk about. And they bring it up and you're like, I wonder why don't I like strawberry ice cream or something? And then they bring up all these weird little things about strawberry ice cream. And it's like, how do you
exactly.
It's so weird, but it's entertaining. So, but yeah.
Definitely. And that's for as far as podcasts, like the listeners, and we feel the same exact way. I know the guys feel it also. We've been very blessed to have guys like you that are interested and want to come on our show, and we leave each podcast with a new perspective. And we're just, I'm excited that we get to have these people on and, talk to people that on a regular basis we probably would have never came into contact with one another.
Yeah.
So
we're thousands of miles away.
Right. Exactly.
That's
but
awesome.
it is pretty cool. It's like we're apart, but at least through Zoom and through our podcast, we're able to still kind of connect in a way. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, sir, we want to know about you though. So I just want to know what what drove you to like start your gaming channel. And because you're a gaming channel, I definitely want to know like what are your top 3 games right now? Like top 3 favorites.
That's so hard because I mean, I think just like everyone, I was addicted to Fortnite. So
Okay.
it's kind of wearing off right now. I'm trying to get into Assassin's Creed again, and then oh, why am I drawing a blank on that game? It's the new game that just came out like 3 weeks ago or whatever. It's like these.
Is it Fall Guys?
Yes, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Fall Guys.
Yeah.
That one is addicting too, but there's a lot of sweats on that game, so they're already like pushing hard. So I just like on Fortnite though, when you get into these competitive games, like there's these kids, they got so much time, man. So much time. They get so good at these games that like you can't do nothing. So, but yeah, those are probably the top ones. You know, but I'm excited for Cyberpunk. That's the game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That one too.
Yeah, oh man, I cannot wait for that. But there hasn't really been too many good games coming out. That's why I think Fortnite has been the top up there. It's just, you know, quick games, easy to do, you know, and you're not getting killed by someone just freaking camping on Call of Duty all day.
No,
Definitely. I hated those days.
Right.
Yes, exactly. So now I'm cool with that. But yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah. I started as a gaming channel mostly though, and I started as a gaming channel. I wanted to make like you know, cool content. I thought in my head that they were amazing, and then looking back at it now, it's very cringy. I don't take them off though because I feel like it makes it, you know, people can see where I grew from. But yeah, now, oh god, I can't even watch them. It's horrible. Bad. And I thought it was so like there was some videos that I did like this really weird square because my green screen was very tiny, so I had to cut it, you know, and so that I had some videos with me just like in a little square, and I thought it was the best video ever at the time, you know, but yeah, and then I learned quickly that it's very hard to grow as a gaming channel unless you're lucky or you're extremely good at a game or you're able to clickbait something or you have a really hot girlfriend that you can exploit or something. I don't know. I knew too many people that you know, but yeah, there's just, you had to be lucky. I mean, I'll be honest, you just had to be lucky or very good. So it didn't work out because for the content I was trying to make, but I did tutorials every now and then on gaming videos, and people loved my tutorials, like the way that I explained it, because most people would just put their phone to the screen or something weird, and I don't know, I just made it entertaining if I'm going to explain something. So a lot of people like those, and then that's when I kind of started switching towards, you know, why not just show people how to do stuff?
Right.
And then I kind of started switching over to teaching people how to do stuff on games, and then you know, during COVID, you know, it's a big time to grow. So I really started this year to show people how to become YouTubers and streamers, and you know, how to make their own content. You know, so it kind of like switched, but that's YouTube, you know, or any platform. You drift towards something, but once you find that lane, and you know that that's the one, you just go for it, you know. But
no,
definitely.
Yeah, you gotta find your, you know, your niche.
Yeah, exactly.
And not be kind of gimmicky about it, like you were saying, with people using their girlfriends as clickbait.
Yeah,
like clickbait. You're like, hey,
Right.
And it worked.
freeze frame.
I couldn't do that.
All right.
Yeah.
But I've always gravitated more towards the tutorial YouTube gaming channels, because I just got done watching your IV cam video, because I've always wanted to figure out how I can record stuff on my other phone, so I can maybe
that one's
like
actually a
do
good
Twitch
program.
video.
Yeah, that one works really well. I randomly found that too, and yeah, that one works really good though, the IV cam. But yeah, thank you. I see. The thing is that I've seen a lot of videos in that for something similar, and then these people would make these like things with this clickbaited video, and it's like how to do this, and then it's like, but oh, by the way, you got to spend $50 for this app, you know, or something like that.
Right.
You know, but they tell you like at the end of the 10-minute video, and it's like that's messed up. So I was like, I'm gonna find like an actual real free app, you know. So you could pay for it, but you don't have to, you know. And that's what I liked, is that it's free, you know. So, but yeah. But yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. It got kind of hot.
Oh man.
Like no worries.
I just thought I just think like it's so crazy now. Like you could go on YouTube and find like videos for like video gaming and like tutorials and stuff. But like back like probably like what 10 or 12 years ago, even longer than that, I know myself. Yeah. I used to have all the little magazines and stuff.
Like,
man. Oh, the cheat magazine.
The cheat code book. The cheat code book.
Like you couldn't go on YouTube back then because YouTube wasn't even, you know, that big. And to like try to read through that and then try to put it back, it was so difficult because it wouldn't explain. Like I was playing what was the game I had that experience with? Oh, The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker.
Oh, that one had a huge book.
Yes.
And I was and see, I was being cheap, and I bought like the little magazine with like the little spread in there where it was like it tell you how to get through little levels.
Oh yeah.
So I had got to the part where I was trying to find all the Triforce pieces, and it didn't fully tell you. Like, man, I stopped playing the game, and
that's so true.
Yeah, and then YouTube, when I got on YouTube, I started seeing tutorial videos. I was like, man, if I would have had this just a few years ago, I'd have beat this game. Like, it's just crazy that we have that now, and that, you know, even the kids now can go to that, because like when we were kids, it was either you figured it out or you gave it up and threw it in the closet.
Yeah. Dude, that is so true. Oh my God. You know, on Grand Theft Auto 3, I got stuck on a mission for months because I didn't know how to honk the horn. And I swear, we did not know how to honk the horn. They kept saying press R3. And I'm like, there's only R1 and R2. Where's R3? So we got stuck for 3 months, maybe 4 months. And we just said, screw it, we're going around. You know, and that's in the beginning of the game. So we never got past that far.
Right, I know the mission you talking about. I had the same problem. I was like, what is R3?
What is R3?
It just so happened that me and my brother were playing around and we hit it by mistake, and then the guy.
That's what happened. Yes, that's what happened. We accidentally hit it, and it worked. That's hella funny, but
man, the struggle was real, man. The struggle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now anybody can look up anything. I mean, and they got some weird stuff too. Like you can literally YouTube how to open a can jar or something, and people will show you like a really cool way to open that can of jars. You know?
Seriously, just like, you know, flip it over on your elbow.
Yeah, they're like, I'm gonna do some kind of trick thing.
Put it in the water and then.
It's crazy. There's weird stuff though too, man. But it's cool.
Yeah. And speaking of that, can we talk about like how the DIY videos really don't help? Because it's like them do-it-yourself.
Oh my God, no, they don't.
Yeah, they don't, man.
They're so extra. Like, it's like, dude,
so they make up some crazy stuff.
Yes. Like, I don't want to have to go out and buy a rubber band and a plastic bag and some coconut.
Stuff.
Right, to be able to
like
play
stuff
guitar
you don't have
or
at home.
something. Right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go get the guitar.
I watched a video for like 4 minutes trying to figure out what this dude was making, and it was like a cup to put your water in or something. It was weird, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is how you can make this," and he didn't explain what he was making. It was just one of those videos that just popped up, and then I was like, "Dude, just use a water bottle." Like, why do you need that? And he's like, oh, this is how you know, he's like cutting some stuff open or something.
Man, they be getting
I
so
don't know.
extra with stuff. I'm like, man, I ain't finna go through all that.
Yeah,
I'm
for
just
real.
get a
No.
cup, man.
Yeah,
I'm just
for
like,
real.
this invention is a cup, and that's what it was
That's
made to do.
exactly.
I
There's
got
already
plenty
that
of them in my cabinet. I'm good.
Exactly.
Right.
And it would take me 2 hours quicker to get it, you know.
Yeah,
But,
and even with like the what were you gonna say, Aaron?
oh no, that was it.
Oh, well, yeah, but even like the gaming videos where you want to get to a certain level in the game, you might need a certain kind of download. And you being a little kid, you don't know how to get to that stuff, so you end
Yeah.
up downloading some viruses to your
real.
parents' laptop.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is
Man.
true.
Honestly, today, like, cause Aaron, I was just I was playing my PS4 or my brother's PS4 yesterday, and I was just like, man, I haven't played Call of Duty in so long. We had like World War II just laying around, and I tried to put it into the system, and it's like, yeah, we don't have any more room to download this game. I'm like, dude, it didn't used to be like that. I'm like, I didn't have to download a video
cartridge
game.
in the game.
Cartridge was the,
Oh
the
yeah,
truth,
and you had to blow
man.
it. Like,
And you had to blow in it, yeah.
And stick it right in.
Bruh, I be
Definitely.
sitting there getting the game on PS4. It be taking like the whole
Bruh.
download. I be like,
You
bruh.
gotta.
I did that for the new Avengers game. I had to delete a game because it's like there's not enough space. And there was enough space on the game for it. It was had enough free space, and it was like you got to delete some more. I'm like, why?
For real.
Yeah. And like to
I don't
make
like
matters
that.
worse, like you have to go. They say if you don't have enough space, you need to go on Amazon or something and get the data block.
Yeah, get
Data
it.
block's like $80.
What?
For real.
Hey, come on.
I don't
Seriously.
get it. They never needed that before, you know. PlayStation 2, pop
Never.
it in, you're good. You know?
Yeah.
You're good.
Add the little memory stick.
Memory
Oh
card.
yeah, those little
Yeah,
cards.
a little memory stick.
Yeah.
And you stick it in there, and that was good. That was good.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't get it.
I still got my PlayStation 2 with my memory card.
Oh my
They
god.
work just fine.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Aaron, I know you would agree, man. Just like with some of the just the new technologies and the way that gaming has changed over the years, at least from my perspective, because we're all, except for my brother, we're all old men here. You know what I'm saying? So like it takes some of the magic out of it, because I remember the feeling of like walking into a GameStop, and then like Marcus said, buying those really fat books that helped me beat Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And buying the Game Informer magazines and getting a little free disc in the back, that stuff just, it doesn't exist anymore. It's like everything you can do literally without leaving your house from your system, and it's just like,
dude,
it just takes away the whole experience. It's just like,
that is so true.
Remember the magazine, the Xbox magazines that came with the demos on the disc?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Man, exactly, man.
Now everything just costs money, man. They just trying to gouge you.
Pre-order so you can play the beta before the game. I'm like, what you mean?
or they give, or they're just like, hey, they give you a game and it's like, oh, if you want the expansion pack to this, you got to pay this much money. I'm like, just give me the whole game. Like,
I don't get it. What am I paying it for it then? And by the time the expansion pack comes out, I'm already bored of the game. And
I'm bored.
I spent $150 on this. Like, no, I'm good. I'm never buying an expansion pack again.
So they never give you the expansion pack right after the game. It's like a couple months or sometimes even like a year after. And you're like, I'm already done with that game.
For real.
I'm not hyped about it anymore.
Exactly. I already sold it. I'm done.
I already sold it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't get that either. But I don't know. Those expansions suck.
Yeah.
And it depends on. Oh, were you about to say, Josh? You about to say something?
Aaron. Like, as far as like video games are concerned, what do you think is the most profitable as far as content is concerned?
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite, definitely.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
definitely. For now, though, I do think that the Fall Guys is going to get there. I mean, it had a record-breaking week when it first dropped, but honestly, like, there's not much content that can be made off of that. Like, you know, it's just little guys pushing each other off of stuff. So it's a fun game, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that there's gonna be a lot of content off of that. Even though that, it's just so hard because Fortnite's like literally like everyone complains about it, but we all go back to it, you know, and especially for content, kids love Fortnite. So the majority of views for any YouTube channel or stream is kids under 13, 14 or so, you know. So that's usually the spot where if you want them to get the more views or the more traction, then, you know, that's what they like. So doing Fortnite, that's why a lot of people that don't even like Fortnite anymore still play it, you know, because they have to, you know. But yeah, Fortnite's definitely the most profitable and probably the best thing to even do anything YouTube, you know.
So basically you're saying like, because I didn't think about it that way, because you know, you see it everywhere. Everybody in the world, clothing companies, musicians, whatever, everybody's trying to profit off Fortnite. And just for the layman, you know, for the layman that isn't in that community like me, and I know like, you know, my brother and everybody else feels the same way. Like, you know, I'm just like, I don't see it or, you know, understand why everybody's kind of gravitating towards it. So I'm guessing from your perspective, it's technically, I guess the game doesn't matter. It's really the target audience. If it, you know, is, I guess you could say, attractive to that 13 to 15 demographic, that's what's going to hit basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of influencers always say that they're a slave to their audience, and it's kind of true, but more people are now learning how not to and do what they like and stuff. But it's been proven time and time again, there's so many big influencers with millions of subscribers that they do what their audience wants, and as soon as they stop, they lose, you know, views and subscribers and all that stuff, you know. So it is true in a sense. Like, if you don't do what they want you to do, they're not going to watch you, you know. So but then again, if you're entertaining and you bring value to someone's life or to their entertainment, then even if X, Y, and Z leaves your channel, you still have A, B, and C, D, E, F, G that's going to be coming, you know. Like, there's so many people that are willing to appreciate what you put out. So it's just an easier way to guarantee that you have people watching and you have those eyes. So that's just my way of thinking of it, you know.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. So it's, I mean, it's like that balance between, like I said, pleasing your audience and then kind of holding on to your integrity as a creator and doing something that's like, that's not just like, okay, you know, I'm just trying to please everybody. I want to actually enjoy my own content.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And I say this to everyone. If you cannot sit down and watch your own content more than 2 or 3 times, it's not good. Don't put it out. You know, like I watch my own stuff like at least 8-10 times or so before I release it. And if I get bored whatsoever at any time, that's why a lot of my videos are under 10 minutes, because they start out at 10 minutes or so. But I get so bored of watching my own content sometimes that I cut out half of the video and now I'm down to 5 minutes. You know, if it doesn't even entertain me, then, or at least just keep me at least a little bit intrigued, because of course I'm going to get a little bored of it because I watched it so many times. I created it. Nobody likes looking at themselves. But if you can't watch your own content, then what makes you think someone else can watch it? You know, if you get bored or you lose focus, like I have seen so many people that like, they say they've never watched their own videos or this other stuff, and they're like, why aren't I growing? And I'm like, dude, have you looked at your video? Like, you know, you weren't even in half the video. Half, like, you know, the camera was like on the top of your head or something, you know, like you're not actually like paying attention to little details. Just, if it's boring to you, it's boring to other people. That's just the way I see it, you know? So, but yeah.
No, I like that. I like that perspective. Were you gonna chime in, Josh? You about to say something?
Yeah, like what are some things that you use to keep people keep people interested in your content? Like what plays a bigger role, like your music or your background or your equipment? What do you typically do to kind of get people wanting to look at your videos?
To watch the full 10 minutes of or 15 minutes of the video.
Yeah. That's a good question. So for me, jump cuts. Jump cuts save lives. Yes. So I have so many times where I pause, or I have this really weird thing where I don't even like to hear myself breathe. So when I'm listening to my editing, I cut out every single breath. So and it jumps just right though, where it's like, you know, it's if you have 3 minutes of no cuts, no scene, no nothing, flat music, whatever, it gets a little boring and people start to like wander around, look at their phone or whatever, and then they're not watching you, so you lose their interest. And then what makes you think that they don't see something in the recommended, they're gonna click off, you know? So jump cut saves lives because it's always something changing every few seconds or something, you know, always something. And then it's a mix of music though. I just learned this recently from some dude on Fiverr that I hired to help me with the edit. Doing the music in weird lines. It goes up and then down and up and then down and up, you know, so that way it doesn't just stay flat, and it's not just like one solid music. It sounds like it's just going like, you know, it's building and stuff. It just sounds really cool when you do the little waves. So playing with the music a little bit, jump cuts and B-roll. And then the last one, cutting out the boring stuff, I guess. Anything boring, any like whenever I do that a lot. So whenever I'm thinking about something, if I forget what I was gonna say, I cut it out, you know, and I cut it right there. And then see, like that, if I say and then it's all cut. But yeah, so that and B-roll. When I'm talking about something, I usually plan it out, and I have a list of things that I'm gonna either search on YouTube or I'm gonna like look up something to put it up. Like in my news video, literally, I just talked about B-roll too, and I haven't released it yet. But I'm like, I said that if you talk about a cat, throw up a cat, you know. So in the video, I like found a little cat and I put it in there, and then I put like another little cat after. It's hard to explain, but yeah. So like, if you're talking about something, show it. You know, don't just say it. Show it. So it kind of keeps people more engaged.
Hey man, that's that writers like film thing they taught us, like show it, don't tell it.
Exactly. You know.
So I understand that. I'm the one person that can understand that here.
Big time.
All new to me. It was like, I get you, bruh.
You know, well, if you really think about it, how many times have you watched a video of someone trying to tell you something or explain something to you? And they're like, yeah, just go on your phone, go here, go to settings, you know, and then press this or whatever. It's like, well, where did you go? What did you do? Or whatever. Like show me it, you know, don't just say it, but show me. And it makes a big difference.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's cool. And another question I had, Aaron, how important is it to jump on the next wave of consoles instead of just doing your own thing? Like there's a lot of channels that may focus on older consoles, like even the Game Boy and stuff. Like how important do you think it is to say get a PS5 or the new Xbox?
In regards to content, like for like making content and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think for big YouTubers, it's huge. It's huge. Like it's something that a lot of people aren't going to be able to afford it, you know? So being able to see it firsthand from other people, it's huge. If it's a smaller YouTuber that's trying to grow, and if they want to get one just to try to, you know, use it for content, I mean, unless you plan on playing it and you have the money, I wouldn't recommend it because it's going to be very saturated, and it's not going to be that easy to grow off of it. But I do think that if you're getting one, you're going to play it. and you want to upload it, there's a lot of content that can be off of there, you know, because no one's going to be looking at Xbox 360 no more, or, you know, Xbox One. They're going to be looking at the Xbox Series S, the PlayStation 5, you know, so it is huge. I just want to say that, like, it's worthy of going out and buying one strictly for content, unless you have like 1 million+ subscribers or something, you know. For those people, they're going to definitely make a lot of money off of those, you know.
Right, and because I found that an interesting concept too, and that was a good question, Josh, because I'm just like, and once again, this is all coming from, you know, a layman's perspective, because I'm just like, okay, so much of your content might be before the new Xbox came out, it was probably a lot of Xbox 360, and now, you know, of course, because we don't have the PS5 yet, so many people's content is like, okay, yeah, PS4 heavy, heavy. So when that break happens, it's just like, what is that? Are you how does that affect your channel? Like, are you just going to be like, okay, right, like, so you have all this content from a previous gen system, so now everybody's on to the new thing. So what does that mean for content creators that are specific to gaming, you know?
I know I'm still gonna be watching just from time.
And hey, that's true though, but I do think that a lot of those people that, just like you were saying with the Game Boys, a lot of the people that play Game Boys and upload Game Boys, they have their niche, and people are still going to watch. So whether or not, like, it's still gonna have its the thing is, especially for people that make the content, when you have those loyal people, the loyal fans, the loyal subscribers and stuff, you can literally upload a blank screen for an hour and some people will watch it because that's just their loyalty to you, you know, so, you know, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, it's, you know, that's just, but like, especially like when people treat their subscribers right, they are loyal. And I think that no matter what, they will be there even if they don't upload new consoles, you know? So, and honestly, it might open up a new genre, you know, like, cause everyone's uploading PlayStation and Xbox stuff right now. But when there's a new system coming out, all the bigger people and everyone's going to be uploading all that stuff. So now that kind of leaves more content for these other systems, you know? I mean, I've still seen some videos of PlayStation 2 games and Xbox, you know, games. So I don't think anything's ever dead on YouTube. I really don't think that's even a thing to ever have anything die out on YouTube. You know, it may lose its height, but if someone wants it enough, they're going to make it work.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I know,
definitely.
For me, it's crazy because I like to go on YouTube a lot and look at games I haven't played in probably like 20 or 15 years.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Which sounds crazy now that we can say that, like 20, 15 years.
For real.
But like, I look at them and I'm like, man, I remember playing that, and I remember that, and I'll be like, oh, that's how you got past. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I love the pages where they just go back and play an old game just because they haven't played it for years.
Yeah.
And you just get that nostalgia. Like, I love those kind of pages. It's just a question that you like, even when you're not doing, you like your videos and stuff, you know, do you like to go look at those? Well, like you just said, you do, like, you know, go look at those or just revisit, even pull out your old systems and just start playing the game or something, you know?
The speed running games, those guys
I was just gonna talk about those. I love the speed run. I used to go back and watch those videos and see how quick they could do it. And I was just like, I could never do it that quick. But they'll find a glitch and they'll like use the glitch and they'll take the glitch to the end of the game or something like that. Because I remember there was a Pokemon one back in the day, and I was like, you can get to the Pokemon lead like right away, and I was like, really? And they showed it.
Yeah,
and I was like, dang.
And they do it in like 3 minutes of beating the game, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I was stuck on that thing for like weeks.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, man, I still ain't beat Pokemon Red. It's been 20-something years.
Bruh, you gotta get back at it, man.
And that's another thing, like a lot of those, and that just shows like how sophisticated stuff was then, because you know, a lot of stuff, like you were saying earlier, Aaron, like with the expansion packs and all that. Yeah, the graphics are great. Yeah, you know, the acting in the game is great and it's real and all that. But it's like, man, some of those old games were still so challenging. Like, and especially when compared to some of the new ones.
Oh yeah.
That literally the new ones baby you into beating the game. It's just
they give you that difficulty, you know, they give you the easy, normal, and then you can choose it. Like the old games, you just had to take what you got, man.
You had to take what you got.
I think we was talking about that in one of our podcasts, and I was saying that the hardest game I ever played was the Lion King game on Sega Genesis.
The Lion King game?
Yeah, and it's crazy because I watched a YouTube video, and they said that Disney actually told them to make the game hard on purpose.
What?
So, hard on purpose, so you wouldn't, you know, so you would buy the game and you wouldn't just beat it, and then you know, yeah. So they made it hard so you could keep trying and stay interested in the game. And I know it worked because I dang sure could not beat that game.
Yeah. True. But yeah, guys, it's interesting how we talk about going back to old games in our spare time. But yeah, Aaron, do you think how do DLCs do you think DLCs help or hurt the playability of a game?
I honestly don't really have too much of an opinion on that because I never play them. Like I said, I'm very like quick. Like even I have a very short attention span, and I lose interest in things very quickly. So if it's not entertaining or something right away, then I'm done. You know, like I can't.
I feel it.
Interest. Yeah. So when I'm playing a game, I beat it. If I don't beat it, I'll never play it again. And if I do beat it, I'm not gonna wait 6 months for no DLC. You know, I'm not. I'm just dumb. But I'm dumb and I keep buying them. I've never used them. You know?
Hey, but look, Aaron, that's that marketing, bro. That's
real, because they keep getting me think like I'm definitely gonna do this one. Borderlands 3, fun game, loved it. It's already had like what 2, 3 expansions, DLCs, and everything. I haven't played one of them, and I bought the Ultimate Edition.
See,
I haven't played any of them.
I'm telling you.
You know,
I'm telling you. That's how it is, man.
Definitely.
But I think you said something really important, and that's cool. You know that everybody's really just. Well, I can't say everybody, but I know from my perspective, I'm the same way because I could tell you, Marcus is still mad at me because I haven't beaten Red Dead Redemption 2.
I haven't either, dude. I haven't either. I'm at like 70%.
See,
I cannot beat it.
I'm telling you.
Y'all gotta get it.
I just got done with that game. It got too long.
I'm not gonna lie though. For me, even with me, because I'm the same way, Aaron. My attention span is very short, and like if it gets, because you know with games like that, it gets to a point in the game where they start like dragging the story out.
Yes, exactly.
And I was just like,
it's dragging.
I was like, I had put it down for like probably like 3-4 weeks, and people at my job was telling me about the game. I was like, bro, don't tell me because I ain't played it. So the only reason I beat that game is because I was on Thanksgiving break from school, and I took vacation that same week.
That's
so I really just had a week to play the game. If it wasn't for that, I'm not even gonna lie, I'd probably be like, I wouldn't have beat that game.
Yeah. I do want to go back now and play it though.
Yeah, it is a great game, and it's interesting that we talking about that because Aaron, I don't know if you played the Last of Us. Have you played?
I played the first one. I haven't played the new one. I only played a little bit of the first one because it's not that it got boring. It was just the beginning is so slow.
It is.
You know?
And the reason I brought that up is because I want to know, and that's for all of y'all, you know, do y'all feel like now video games are trying to turn more into like a cinematic thing and like trying to look good instead of being like this, you know, just a great game to play? Because don't get me wrong, The Last of Us 2 is a good game.
Yeah.
I feel like it had a lot of moments where it was trying to be more cinematic instead of being a video game. And, you know, I would kind of like put it down and be like, okay, I'll come back and play. 'Cause I even told Chad, I was like, I beat it. I just beat it like a few weeks ago. I kind of kept putting it down. Yeah, I kept putting it down, kept coming back, kept putting it down. And usually I don't do that with a game. you know, if I'm really into it, I just keep playing it. But it's like I feel like video games are kind of trying to be more cinematic, and I just want to know, like, that's like I said with all of you, what are y'all thoughts on that?
You guys can go first. I gotta think that one through.
Okay.
Well, like that's the biggest problem, you know, with the gaming industry now as far as video games, and I feel like a lot of the older guys and some of the like some of the giants like in the gaming industry that came up with like Sonic and Mario, they understood that. They understood their market was kids, and kids have what, like Aaron says, short attention span. So how do we get these people to play a full game that maybe lasts, I don't know, like 2 to 3 hours full playtime? Big colors, you know, a lot of changes, you know, like fast movements, you know, blinking sounds, all this kind of stuff that just, that keeps you interested. So it's like, and a lot of the time now, like you were saying, Aaron, you get to the middle of a game and it's just like a movie with extra steps, you know. It's just like, and it's not as fun, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's a very powerful story at the end of it, and that's great and all, but you know, I didn't want to play a game and feel sad. You know, I'm trying to play a game to get genuine enjoyment out of it and feel excited. Like I think the last video game I played like that, and it was kind of one of those classic style games, was Bomberman. That was one of the last ones.
I never played that, but I've seen videos. So
yeah, that's my game, man. That was one of the last ones for me. And then it was just like, okay, now everything is trying to be, like I said, a movie with extra steps, basically.
Yeah. It's like the biggest thing. Oh, what are you gonna say, Dmitri?
Oh, I just said it's like a playable movie, you know.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's definitely. It's like, go ahead.
Okay. You can go. I'll save it for later. No,
all right. But yeah, like it's like what Chad said. The biggest thing, I hate to say it, but the biggest thing wrong with new games is the plot. Like what makes games like Fortnite and Fall Guys what makes people so infatuated with those games is that it's so simplistic. There's no point to it. It's just to have fun. That's it. There's no story to get upset about. It's just a whole lot of colors and a high score meter.
And a high score meter. That's
right. That's all. Yeah, but do you think that like the market for games is not for kids anymore? Like, is it just for like people like us because like they're more mature? Like, do you think that's where the shift is now? I mean, there are games like Fortnite, but you know, like Last of Us and Red Dead Redemption, those are games that are like, I feel are for like a older audience.
No, that is true. I do think so. If you really think, I never thought about it, but if you really think about it, yeah. I mean, even like, you know, any of the good games that just came out. Is it Assassin's Creed rated M? I don't remember, but any like really good game is very story driven or something like that. Like, you know, that is true. I think it is kind of marketed more towards mature people or adults that can appreciate it. But back like what Chad was saying too, though, about, you know, playing a game and getting sad, dude. Like that really reminded me of Red Dead Redemption. So the Red Dead Redemption 2 part, dude, when he got diagnosed, I was so hurt.
Yes,
dude, I was so hurt. Like I felt the pain. They did such an amazing job at that. But yeah, I don't think kids would have really appreciated that scene. But it was like a movie. Like I felt it, you know. Like I mean, he was like stumbling and just like, you know, just like woozy and everything.
I thought
was like,
the game was breaking or something.
Bro, I was so sad. I was like, dude, this hurts. I'm so upset right now. And I even called my brother and told him the same thing, dude. I was like, dude, this sucks, man. You know, I was like, this sucks. But yeah, so that really does kind of make it feel like, yeah, these things are just made more for adults. Because, like, yeah, kids want stuff flashy, quick, to the point, no point. And they want something that to 1v1 people. Like, hey, I'm better than you.
Right.
You know, so.
That clout.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a big complaint. That's something I've been.
Mario Party.
That Mario Party.
Oh yeah, not that.
But but yeah, it's really and I think it's pretty cool when you look at it that way. And it's even some of the same techniques that I want to talk about a little later, Aaron, with how you make your YouTube channel work. You know, as I was watching a documentary the other day. It was like a video game documentary, and the creator of Space Invaders, he said that the big thing that he used that he knew was going to keep people playing his game was that that score thing up there, you know, like to so that, you know, that was a big thing. And it's like, and that works now, you know, like when in the number one, the simplicity of it, because anybody can, your grandma can play it, you know, you can play it, a toddler can play it, you know. It's just like everybody can join in. And like you said, That's kid true. Is not going to appreciate, you know, somebody getting diagnosed with whatever and halfway dying in the middle of the story. Like, no, a little kid isn't going to click with that, you know. So it's just like, this was one of those things, man. But I mean, it's a good thing, and I won't necessarily say it's a bad thing, but I just feel like that just the inclusivity of video games should be, it shouldn't just take one game like Fortnite to just destroy the world of gaming, and now everybody's just like, you know, that there should be more games out there like that everybody can take part of, you know, honestly. So man.
I think if these games would do more multiplayer open world story driven games would mean a lot, you know, like if we had more Grand Theft Autos or Red Dead Redemptions that are multiplayer, but story mode multiplayer, not that, you know, you can do Red Dead Redemption and rob banks and stuff, like, you know, that's fun, but, you know, there's no point, you know. It's, to me, it just didn't click. I want to be able to play these story games with multiple people, you know, like if I can have a group of 8 friends or something, all, you know, just everyone hop on a horse and we all rob banks and stuff, and then we can go into the story. That's awesome. You know, like to actually have people help out and stuff, like, I don't know. I think that would help out a lot, because most people that want to play games right now, they want to play multiplayer. They want to play
local multiplayer.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't know what it is, but nowadays kids, they're very, what is that word? You know, where they need people, you know, like they can't play by themselves. There's no more just solo games, you know, by yourself. So that's like an old genre nowadays, you know, it's old. No one plays by themselves anymore, you know?
No, pretty much. It's definitely become more of a community thing, you know, more of like I'm searching for that, that codependency, I guess that's the word.
Yeah, that word.
So kind of like that. But like I said, I always complain about that because I'm one of those guys, you know. I'm constantly doing something, you know. 9 times out of 10 I don't really have the time to delve into a game like that, but when I play something, I want it to be immediate, you know. I want to beat my brother in Tekken and, you know, talk crap about him afterwards. You know, like that's
beat your brother in Tekken.
He called him out.
That's, but either way, but yeah. So, but going forward, Aaron, I like some of the stuff you were talking about, like for how you attack your YouTube channel, with pretty much going into it knowing like, okay, you know, I only have a window of time to work with where people are going to watch my videos and eventually get bored, you know. So, because I see that a lot, man, and it didn't connect with me until you just said it, but that's attractive, you know. It's some kind of psychological thing. I don't know like what it's called, but yeah, the little jump cuts and even the way songs play in certain part of the video, it all kind of, it's like you almost move away from the video and you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna stick around a little bit, like.
Right.
So that's. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, well, yeah. It's funny you said that, because I was just about to ask Aaron. Yeah, like your jingle and your caricature yourself. I mean, those two things, they kind of help people, or they help me kind of get into your channel.
Certainly.
It's just like, even after like the video, when I understand, well, like I remember the things you said in the video, but I'm always gonna refer back to that jingle and the caricature.
Yeah, everyone laughs so much about that. Like, I have some people just like, oh my god. Some people are like, they hate on it, but they like it. They know they like it.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny because like I didn't want to take it serious, you know, like too serious, where it's like I'm trying to make this super cinematic thing. So I actually gave this guy like probably like $30 on Fiverr, and I was like, man, make me a funny song. He made, that's not even the whole song either. There's actually like a whole song. And it's a 30-second song of, you know, A21 era and whoa, you know, it's really fun. But, like, he goes hard though. He's like, you know, he's saying like, subscribe before you go and all that stuff. You know, like he really put in all the stuff into it. And I was like, dude, this is funny. It's jingles, like Jingle Bell, kind of like where it catches on. So, and then the other one, like I gave a guy $15 to draw me in a cartoon. And then I gave another guy $15 on Fiverr to make me move. And I told them, because Fortnite was popular, I told him to give me a rocket launcher and explode the screen. You know, so he did this really cool thing where I'm holding the controller. I drop the controller and then come up with the rocket launcher and then, you know,
that's pretty cool,
man. So it was just all a bunch of random stuff, but it was just funny to me, you know. And then some people just get annoyed. Well, they say like, "Oh, this is annoying. That's stupid," or whatever. But
they like it.
They like it.
Like, you're still here.
They wouldn't have said anything.
They wouldn't have commented. They would have just left.
Thank you.
Yeah, like
thank you.
Commented. You took the time.
So it's all good. But nah, it was just hecka funny, man. And I thought about changing certain stuff. I'm never changing that song though. That will always be in the back.
I'm glad to hear it. That's what's up, man. That's good stuff. Well, but yeah, man. I also wanted to ask you, because we talked about a little bit of it before the podcast, and I didn't really think of it, like, once again, until you said something about it. But how important is that relationship between, you know, the content maker and their subscribers? And I kind of wanted you to tell the folks out there, like, because I thought that was so touching, like what you did as far as giveaways for your fans and stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I've just always felt like it's very important to have some sort of communication with your subscribers. Like, they without any of your subscribers, you're nothing, you know. If no one watched your videos, then you just have a video up, you know. So even like I've seen people with barely like 1,000 subscribers and like, I don't have time to reply. And it's like, if you really don't have time to reply to people, that's messed up, you know? Like, and even though like I'm super busy, like I work 14 hours days and, you know, go to school full time and stuff. So, but when I release a video, the first hour, the first 2 hours, I give my undivided attention to all the people that you know, comment and stuff. So I recognize the people. There's like 5 people that I know for sure that have been watching my channel for the last 3 years or so, since I had like 1,500 subscribers maybe, you know. And I always notice them, and I make sure, even if they don't even comment until like a day later and I see their comment, I'll always respond to theirs, you know. Like, and I get like a lot of people that, you know, a lot of like, especially kids that get very excited, like, oh my God, no one ever replies or whatever, you know. And just to be able to make someone's day, even though I don't feel like my channel is that, you know, all that, like, and I, you know, and I know like I can be better, you know, and more, but like it's just a little touching, like when they're like, oh my God, thank you so much, and like, you know, or they're super happy and excited. And even though like I'm like, it, you know, I'm not famous or I'm not big or whatever, but to them they were happy. So it's like if they were happy, then I'm happy. So, but yeah,
that's really cool stuff.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's really cool stuff, man. Because like I said, you see that a lot out there, and it's and that's with anything, you know. That's not just with, you know, YouTube content creation. That's with anybody that has some sort of a platform. You know, you got there for a reason, You know, like these people support you. And I think, and it's not saying that, not really saying or forcing somebody to, or saying, yeah, you need to make me feel good because I support your content. Not necessarily, but I think it's great when people do, you know, show that love to, you know, their fans and their followers, and it really helps to see that, yeah, we might be kind of like how we're doing right now. You know, we might be apart or in different parts of the world, but through this medium, whether it be Twitch or YouTube or whatever, we can still, in the smallest way, connect, you know. And yeah, I definitely think that's great, man. So,
I mean,
kudos.
Thank you. It's just like, even you don't have to, like, you know, and a lot of people, like, you don't even have to, like, directly, like, you know, thank every single person or make them, you know, it's just, I think this is just my way of seeing it, is like, as long as, I think when someone comes on, even if I didn't get to their comment and I didn't get to respond to them, when they go into the video and see that there's all these response or hearts or whatever, like, they know that at least, hey, this person cares. They're reading their comments, they're looking, you know. And I think the same way when I'm looking at someone's video and they have, like, especially for those people that are, like, have 100,000 subscribers or something, you know, and I go through the comments and there's a bunch that are hearts or respond, I'm like, this dude cares, you know, she really cares. Because, you know, even though they didn't respond to me, that's okay, that doesn't matter, but they do respond and they do care, they do read, you know. So that makes a huge difference alone, you know. So I do feel that, like, even people, if I didn't get to their response, they can at least see that it's not on purpose or not, no, like, ill intent to them, but, like, you know, it's just, you know, but I do read them and I do care, and I think, and that goes for everyone that does, you know. So, but yeah, I think it can go a long ways, though, you know.
No, certainly.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something, Josh?
So what do you have any tips on how to accumulate more subscribers on YouTube or Twitch or what have you?
I mean, it sounds so cliche, but, like,
yeah,
it's always just upload, be entertaining, consistency, like, those. So actually, that's the video I was telling you guys earlier that I made, and I haven't released it yet because I'm giving all these, like, tips on and I'll never say, like, hey, this is how you grow, this is how you whatever. This is my opinion on what would help, you know. So, and in that one, like, I had, like, actually, I can just read them because I broke them down into things so people can click them if they got bored on the video.
Awesome, yeah, that'd be great.
But it's just, I believe that these are things that could help if used in the right way, and they have helped me a lot too. And like even with my videos, I know for sure that my channel would grow extremely faster if I was more consistent, you know. And I plan to start doing that now, but if I was more consistent, it would have grown a lot faster. And that goes with so many people. They start to gain some following, but they're not consistent, and no one's going to keep coming back. Gotcha. So the video I made, it was, is it too late to start a YouTube channel in 2020, you know, or like how to start, whatever. So I broke it down into a couple things, like, you know, things that you need is like cameras, you know. So you obviously need to record, but don't spend money. You know, you can use your phone. So
that's a big one.
Yeah, I guess editing, like we were talking about earlier, is very important. Edit out the boring stuff because no one's going to grow if you have a boring video. So, and then, like I said, consistency, and then value, bring in value to content. So it's very difficult to bring value to content if you're not a tutorial channel or DIY channel or something like that. If you're just a gamer trying to grow, it's very hard to grow. If you're just a vlogger trying to grow, it's very hard to grow because no one cares about you going to the park, and no one cares about, you know, you driving to San Francisco or whatever. You know, unless it's your family, they might care, but other than that, no one else cares. Unless people care about you, or of course people care about you. Unless people care about your channel, then no one's going to watch it. So you need to get people to care about it, bring people in. So the biggest thing, in my opinion, is bringing value. You know, if you're able to hook someone, which is like using clickbait, but not bad clickbait, and bringing people in and saying like, hey, so you say you want to do a vlog, right? But you have to give some kind of value in that vlog. So during that whole day, you can have a bunch of stuff and whatever you want to do, but make sure you do something that's like super fun. Like, you know, like if it's like a skateboarding video or something, you can do whatever. And then Tony falls and breaks his leg. No, that's a bad idea. But no, like, you know, he does some cool trick or something, but you know, but that's going to be where you build the story, you know, because you need a story in videos. You need a beginning, a middle, and an end. So
true.
Once you start having the structure, you bring value, that's when you start growing. And of course, consistency, but value is just very important. I think a lot of people like don't think it through enough. They just think that if they have a video that they think is entertaining, which it might be for you and your friends, but for some random person that doesn't know you, why do they care? Why are they going to click your video? But people like weird stuff. They like seeing fights. You know, they like seeing something that is entertaining to them. So if you have something, a clip, you know, you went to the mall, you did all this stuff, but hey, a fight broke out and you caught that, put that in the end of the video, you know, have your whole vlog. And then at the end, oh my God, we saw a fight or whatever. Now you have your hook, you have your clickbait, and you have value, even though it's not good value, but it's value, you know? So it brings people in and it makes them watch the video. So, you know, it's hard for me to explain it all. Like usually like I have to like write it all down, but
no, you explained it pretty well, man.
Yeah.
But,
definitely.
But yeah, definitely. But yeah, Aaron, that brings me to my next question. It's interesting how you were talking about like something you can use as a grabber to get somebody interested in your video. But another thing about that, how important are thumbnails?
Thumbnails are super important. Like I even talked about it on there too. Like thumbnails are like pictures, and you know, pictures they're if you stare at a picture, you know it tells 1,000. You know, what is the saying? A picture tells 1,000.
Like 1,000 words or something.
Yeah. Like so a picture is super important because like that's what is. Okay, actually, this is a better way of explaining. Sorry. So a picture for your thumbnail, right? It's telling a part of the story. So if you have something that looks very like attractive, not kind of, but like attractive, like something that someone wants to see, you know? So in like a video, I use an example of like, say that you just got a fish or something. I'm just going to use a random thing. Say you got a fish and it looks like a shark or whatever. You put your finger in the thing, you know, and it may like nibble on your finger or whatever. So, and say that's what you're building your video off of, right? But that's boring. You just got a goldfish and nibble on your finger. But for your thumbnail, you can say, I got bit by a shark, you know, and then you can put like a great white shark biting off your arm or something, you know, because you got nibbled by a fish. So it's like, it's clickbait, but it draws people in, because otherwise if you just show someone your pet goldfish, no one cares. But if you're like, oh, I got bit by a shark, then someone's going to want to watch that, you know? So it tells a story and it brings people in, but obviously not abusing it and using like super bad clickbait, you know? It needs to be somewhat of just embellishing the truth, but not lying, you know? Yeah, so, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen it. There's like these girls or people that use girls, and they're like, you know, they have like, oh, stream clips or whatever of boobs, and then you click on the video and it's just like an hour.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Nah.
But it's definitely like stuff like that. Or on your Twitch donation video where you had a guy, like the hand, and somebody was handing you some money.
Yeah.
Wait, which one was that?
It was the video you're talking about. Why aren't you getting Twitch donations?
Yeah, it was like your most recent video.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, is like it's also your first impression too, you know. It's if someone doesn't know your channel and they just see that, then they're like, oh, this might be funny or entertaining or engaging or it's gonna tell me something, you know. And so for like using that one as an example, so I kind of used it to the point of like, you know, obviously donations are electronic, you know, you don't get a check or cash or nothing like that. It's all, you know, you're just getting cash, money on donations. But the way I was telling the story is like, you know, someone's handing you money, and they're handing you money. It may not be cash, you know, but, or, you know, hard cash, cold hard cash, but it's cash nonetheless. So that was the way I was telling the story. Like someone's literally handing you money, you know? So that was like the way I used it. And, I mean, it's an art form, man. And I haven't really perfected it that much either. Like there's so many people that are really good at them. PewDiePie is one of them, but
PewDiePie, yeah.
It's an art form, you know, but it's very important. If you have a stupid thumbnail, no one's going to click on your video. If you don't have any thumbnail, no one's going to click on your video. If you have a repetitive thumbnail that's the same thumbnail every single video, no one's going to click on the video. Or they may click on the first one, but not the next ones. Yeah.
That's a big thing, though. That's something that, like I said, you wouldn't really know unless you're somebody that makes content like that.
Yeah. It's trial and error.
No, definitely. But yeah, a lot of the stuff that you said, it makes a whole lot of sense as far as like making sure that your thumbnail is basically attractive, and you know that clickbait isn't necessarily a bad thing unless it's like, you know, completely a lie, you know, and you're like, oh, I met Rihanna, and you didn't meet Rihanna.
Yeah, exactly.
so
exactly.
Right, but yeah, dude, like a lot of, and what you said about vlogging, that's another big one, because I got hooked on vlogs for a summer.
Dude, me too, and I always said I hated vlogs, and
me too.
It got to the point I was like, wow, this is pretty good.
Right, but they play like, because I watched a lot of like Liza Koshy and David Dobrik and stuff like that, and their stuff, the draw with them is like they're hilarious, and it's obviously somewhat scripted, but the vlog, even though they might be doing realistic things, it almost plays like a sitcom, so it works.
Yes,
you know?
It does, exactly.
Right. Oh, go ahead, Marcus. You about to say something?
No, I was just saying. Yeah, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah. So those things, and I think it's funny, you know, how those like vlogs and stuff, and the way you use like thumbnails, it all kind of plays into like kind of like theatrics or things in cinema that people use to attract people to movies and just film in general. So and you know, here at the Square Roundtable, man, like I was gonna ask eventually, because we're big on education, man. Like, and we applaud you 100% for holding down your channel, working and going to school. We all know how that is. So, and we appreciate it, bro. Like, we think it's a great thing. And I wanted to ask you, like, does your education play a big role in how you attack your YouTube channel?
It's definitely helped a lot. Like, especially like learning B-roll and learning how to, you know, how to use. You don't use a lot of my stuff that I've learned in my school, though, for like, Marcus, because of the jump cuts. You do not use jump cuts in film. But YouTube is a whole nother story, a whole nother story. Yeah. Like jump cuts is lifesaver. But yeah, but for that, no, they're like, do not. But yeah. I think it's helped me a lot improve, my composition, my colors, my white balance, just making the videos a lot better. But
it's funny, and it's funny that he said that, because when he was talking about he does jump cuts in his video, I was like, bro, if you conducted one class, they would have been. My professor was like, no jump cuts. Yeah. If you have a jump cut,
hide those.
Yeah, it was like you better hide it good enough, or I don't know it's a jump cut right then.
Oh,
like they look down on jump cuts so bad because it's just like that Cardinal said in the film, and then even like what he said, like with white balancing, like that stuff that improves your like videos visually, because if you got the balance off just a little bit, it might saturate the color, and then this color might be too bright, or this background might be too faded out, and you might not get the the colors to bounce off the right way. So it's cool that Aaron, that you're going to school and helping you with what you were already doing. So it's like you get the best of both worlds right now, and that's amazing, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's just trying to learn when to use this and when not to.
Exactly.
But
Man, keep doing your jump cuts, man. Don't let them.
Yeah, for real. I ain't letting them take those away from me.
Keep doing it.
Yeah, those jump
It's
cuts are my
working,
life.
so keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's what I say. To me, I always say you're not really a filmmaker or something if you're not afraid to like take a chance or break the rules every now and then.
Yeah, for real.
Every great filmmaker breaks the rules every now and then.
Exactly.
It happens.
Other words, everything will look the same.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And we definitely appreciate it. Like I love filmmakers that use things that are just kind of off the wall. Like one thing specifically, just talking about film, when me and my parents were watching the most recent Spike Lee film, The Three Bloods. Of the Five Bloods, right? Five Bloods. And they did this thing at the end, and he does it with a lot of his movies. He did it with the Black Klansman too, when they at the end of the movie they're on like a trolley. And
the trolley shot where they like that's
it's
like
so bizarre.
Yeah, that's a Spike Lee signature. And it'd be like at the oddest moment, like the character just might be like a deadpan, and then it's like Trolley just right until they don't move or anything.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, all you freaks and geeks out there, we are the Square Round Table. The Square Round Table podcast is brought to you by Science on a Postcard. Science on a Postcard is an online store that specializes in science-themed enamel badges, lanyards, environmentally friendly tote bags, notebooks, and lots more goodies that represent individuality and inclusivity in the scientific community. You could find all these wonderful products on scienceonapostcard.com. And for all our YouTube watchers out there, we will add their website and all their social media platforms in the description below.
All right, guys. Yeah, we talked about a lot of good stuff today, man. But honestly, I want to know, because everybody's in, quarantine right now. We can't really go nowhere. Mr. Aaron, what have you been getting into, man, as far as Netflix or, YouTube? What kind of shows you been watching, bro?
Man, okay, so I've been going back on a bunch of stuff, and, I never was into Star Trek, any of that kind of stuff. Before I'm a Star Wars fan, and I always believed you're either Star Wars or Star Trek.
Here we go. Okay.
Every podcast, man. Every podcast.
But that's what I thought. But you know what? I started watching Star Trek, and holy crap, I got into it. I binged the whole thing.
Oh wow!
I binged what was it? Stargate, and I watched that a couple years ago too, a little bit here and there. But I just binged 17 seasons in the last 2 months, 3 months.
Oh my God.
Because I'm usually driving a lot, so I listen to a lot of stuff. Or I'm sitting at loads or whatever, and I have 8 hours of just waiting for stuff to get unloaded while I work. So I usually have a lot of downtime. So I'm sitting there just binge watching on my phone.
That's what's up. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. I told you before the podcast, man, I've been watching so much, man, as far as anime and regular shows. We talked about The Good Place. I watched all of that.
Yeah,
dude, that one was good, and I randomly found that during the first season or so, and so it was one of those that was pretty exciting when they were coming out. And then because I've been building up for so long with it, dude, when it came to that end, it was sad. It was sad.
Yes, definitely.
Has everyone here saw it?
No, I ain't finished it yet. I'm still watching.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I haven't finished it either.
I don't want to say them, but yeah.
No spoilers.
But it was a touching ending. That's all I'll say. So when you get there, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ruin it. But then the Tahani's ending too, I was just like, oh, that's so cool. But yeah, like I said, not gonna ruin it. But yeah, great. But for all our viewers out there, yeah, man, if you haven't had a chance, check out The Good Place. That is a great show. And also, have you guys watched Ozark yet? Have you checked that out?
Yes,
I haven't.
I need to watch that one.
Man,
I heard good things.
Yeah,
Ozark
it's an amazing
is crazy.
show. It's good, but it's also one of those shows too that when you watch it, you binge it, you love it, and then you gotta wait for the new season, and it's hard to get back
Yeah.
into it, you know, and it's hard, and that happens to me with a lot of shows. I love the show, can't wait for it, and then when it comes out, I'm like, I guess it was all right, you know. And I know it's a good show, but I just can't get back into it again. It takes a while. You know?
No, definitely.
But, yeah,
definitely.
And have you guys seen 3%?
No.
I've heard of it. I've you know, I look at that
one's
commercial
good.
and I never check it out. I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's really good. The first time I watched it, it was in like Portugal or something like that. It wasn't even in English, so they haven't even dubbed it yet. And I read the subtitles for the whole show, and it was amazing. You know, the new seasons aren't as good. The first season was the best, and now it's in English. So you guys are lucky. But,
okay, definitely. Well, because
because
my everybody always talks trash about me because I don't I don't like to read subtitles.
Oh, for real? So,
I mean, you know,
that's a controversial topic right there.
Yeah,
it's a huge controversial topic. But
it's either are you subtitles or you're not.
Well, I'm as far as anime goes, because I'll say I've watched I'll tell you guys afterwards. The name can't come to me right now, but I watched this really good horror film on Netflix, and it was in Spanish, but it was amazing. And yeah, I read the subtitles through the whole thing. But as far as anime is concerned, unless it's Dragon Ball Z, I need a dub. I need the dub.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Do you watch a lot of anime, Aaron?
I used to as a kid. I haven't anymore, and I don't know why I fell out of it. I don't really know. Like I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, but I don't remember it. Like I remember the main characters, but like I don't remember the stories, the plots. Well, I remember most of the plots, but like when the movie came out, I loved the movie. But any real fan of Dragon Ball Z hated the movie. You know? So that's how I knew when I fell out of it.
Oh, the live action.
Now you want to talk about a controversial topic?
You make a controversy right there, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like my cousin was like, "What? You can't like that if you like the cartoon." I was like, "Man, but it was good, you know. But it was decent. It wasn't great.
It was decent. Yeah.
But yeah. So, but my number one anime, and I swear, Gant is the best anime I've ever seen.
Yeah,
man, I've heard that. Like,
yes. I remember catching it a couple years ago.
I'm so sad they stopped making it though. They stopped making the cartoons. They made a Netflix movies though, like a movie anime, and that was amazing.
Yeah,
but Gantz was probably the most. I don't even know how to explain it. Just their creative thought that came into it.
It's amazing anime. Yeah. Like I stumbled upon it on YouTube and I watched the entire show. That's before I had Crunchyroll and stuff like that. So
it was the first thing I ever read. I don't read mangas and stuff like that, but when that ended because they only made a couple of seasons, I started reading the actual comics. You know, that's how good it was.
Wow.
You know?
I'm asleep. I got to get onto that.
That one's amazing.
That show is crazy.
What you were talking about, Chad, the video game documentary on Netflix, definitely.
That was High Scores,
check that out.
Oh yeah, High Score was what it's called.
Yeah.
High Score.
I haven't got to see it.
Good because it dives deep into the history of video games and how they developed it and how they market it. And it's all of what we talked about.
Literally what we talked about.
That documentary.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really great. It's really great.
I'm gonna watch that probably this weekend or something. But
yeah, you'll love it, Aaron. You'll definitely love it. You'll agree.
No, definitely. Like it's covered a lot, and that actual because me and Joshua we stayed up. Wow, we stayed up all night watching. We binged that in one night, Josh. Like
we watched the whole thing in one night.
Yeah. Yeah, and that actually gave me a lot of the ideas that I talked about today. So definitely for everybody on YouTube watching us right now and everybody listening to us on Power 214, please check out High Score on Netflix. It's a really dope documentary on video games. Like it's awesome.
It looked good. I seen the trailer. It looked good.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's nice. It's nice, but yeah, guys, I just I wanted to kind of ask one more thing to Aaron, kind of before we wrap up for tonight. Yeah, dude. So obviously, you know, you got a great YouTube channel going on. You know, you're great on Twitch. You know a lot of stuff going into pretty much the business of it, of running your channel. You know, what gets people interested, what's attractive, and literally the do's and don'ts. So, you know, with all of that knowledge, I wanted to know, like, what would you say to those bright-eyed, bushy-tailed teens getting out of high school that want to jump into the, you know, universe of YouTube, or even, you know, old guys like us that are just getting into it, you know? What's some advice that you would give to somebody that's starting to create content?
I think it's amazing opportunities come from YouTube and Twitch or any platform. Having the endurance to keep up with the race is strong. You have to be able to keep up and be willing to, you know. So that's the thing. Like, as long as you're willing to put in the time, the effort, you can make it work. So and the patience of, I know so many people that started a YouTube channel. They thought they were going to start just getting views out of nowhere. Like, they just upload random stuff and they're like, why aren't I getting views? Well, you just uploaded 2 videos and it was boring, you know, like,
right.
What do you expect? So, so actually, you know, having the patience and understanding that you may not grow right away, but you can use all of that as knowledge gain and do better, you know? So just keep uploading, keep trying new things. If one thing doesn't work, try a different thing, you know, and that goes, you know, I would even say, like, for podcasts, like this, say, for some reason in a few months, you're like, okay, we're not gaining this many subscribers anymore, or we're not getting where we want to be or whatever. And you can switch up stuff, like, try different angles, try different editing styles, try different, anything, or even try shortening up or making them longer or whatever it is. Like, just try experimenting on things, because you can't just do what someone else did, you know. And that's mainly for anyone that starts making videos. Just because someone else did it doesn't mean you're gonna become famous, you know. Just because someone else made it successful, and then maybe 2 people did, and they both, just because they did doesn't mean you automatically will. It just doesn't work that way. You know, you have to put your own twist into it, make your own stuff, make it entertaining, engaging, have a schedule. You know, there's just so much that goes into it. But as long as you just keep trying, you're willing to put in the effort, I think anyone can do it. You know, I definitely don't recommend anyone dropping out of school to pursue it. But if I do think that everyone who really, really has a passion for YouTube or Twitch should definitely give it a try, you know, and they don't have to go out and spend money. You can use equipment that you already have. You can use whatever you already have and make successful videos. Actually, before we go though, there's this girl, I think I was telling you about before. She literally started her channel with her phone, and she has passed me up in subscribers in a month. And that's now crazy. She's like super high up there. And she did it all on her phone. She recorded on her phone, edited on her phone, audio, everything. And so when people tell me, like, oh, I need expensive equipment, I can't start a YouTube channel because I don't have a laptop, that's excuses. If you really wanted to start, if you are entertaining, if you know you can be entertaining, you'll find a way and you can do it, you know? So you can do it all on your phone. You just have to put in the work. If you don't know how to do it, spend 3 days on tutorials, on watching people edit on their phone and stuff. There's so much content out there to learn. You can do it. That's my biggest thing, is just try different things, be consistent, and just do it, you know? And don't give up, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. No, that's perfect. That's
all the information you need.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to hear. And, you know, everybody, all of our listeners out there, you heard it from the man himself, you know. Don't be afraid to do what you want to do. And most importantly, don't try to copy anybody else. Be an individual. And that's a great take home. It's been a pleasure having you on, Mr. Aaron.
For sure.
Definitely.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys for a while, you know. I thought it was going to be kind of hard, but yeah, it was fun.
Hey man, you know,
that's what we like to hear.
Hard to hear you say that, man. Like that's really awesome, bro. And it, you know, like it's kind of like that every time, you know. It's for me, I get a little nervous every time we get started, but then it's just like, okay, you know, I'm comfortable again, and we're all, you know, just having and really like the cell phone and, you know, the cameras, it all disappears. We're just having a nice combo, man. So I'm happy about that. Definitely. But yeah, bro, before we go, please like tell everybody out there on our Power 214 radio station and on YouTube, like tell them your social media, your YouTube page, all of that good stuff.
For sure. So, well, my name is A21 Aaron. So literally my YouTube is A21 Aaron, my Twitch, my Instagram, my Facebook, I think is pretty much everything is either A21 Aaron, but Instagram is A21 Aaron _YT. But yeah, A21 Aaron. That's it.
All right, great. And we will have all of Aaron's social media information, all of his YouTube information in the description in our YouTube videos. So now it's time for my promotion. So we are the Square Roundtable Podcast, and you can find us every Friday on power214.com at 10 o'clock Pacific time in California, and Central time 12 p.m. and Eastern time 1 p.m. Go ahead, Dmitri.
You can also find us on YouTube right after our broadcasting on Friday at the Square Roundtable. If you like the video, you know, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. We really want to hear that. And also hit the notification bell so you get a notification when we upload our video.
Fantastic. And everybody, please, including our wonderful guests for this evening, please introduce yourselves. And my name is Chad Singleton.
I am Josh Singleton.
Marcus.
And A21 Aaron, but make sure to subscribe to these guys. They're awesome. So anyone watching me, anyone who's watched my channel, subscribe to them, please. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And yeah, and it's definitely reciprocated. Please subscribe to my boy A21 Aaron. This has been the Square Roundtable. We are out. Peace.
Peace.